Main Sutra program is a proper coaching program which will be taught by selected officers, of which I am one. This is a hacker course. This is a no-nonsense hacker course. A disproportionate number of people should be selected in the interview. They should get disproportionate marks. If you are a repeater, you will get a 50% scholarship. No questions asked.
Nirnay IAS by officers for future officers.
First things first. You are here because of the Mains Sutra program. Mains Sutra program is being taught by serving officers only. Why is it being taught by serving officers only? Is because the assumption is very simple. The assumption is you cannot prepare for this exam at a level that it is being asked, at the level the questions are being asked, unless you have either been able to hack it or you have been able to go inside the system and understand. मेरा बहुत firm belief है, बहुत ध्यान से question paper देखता हूँ मैं, mains क्या खासकर. That is when I actually teach. मेरी academic knowledge या मेरी academic horsepower whatever mains में use होती है, prelims में बहुत ज़्यादा use नहीं होती. Mains ही मेरा strong suit था हमेशा से. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये सारे question paper academics नहीं बनाते, bureaucrats बना रहे हैं. There is some JS, joint secretary, under secretary level officer and beyond. These are the people making these question papers. I think the questions are being sourced from ministries and they are also being vetted by academics, and therefore the nature of questions is such that it has become very, very recruitment oriented, such that the government is very ruthlessly and very practically only recruiting. पूरा का पूरा एक recruitment test है, और क्यों है कैसे I will tell you. You know that in the MSP, in the Main Sutra program, only people who have been there, who have crossed to the other side will be teaching you. That includes me, but it also includes 3 officers who have recently cleared, students of mine, mentees of mine, who have recently cleared. 2 of them are in the IPS, 1 of them is in the IRS. No, I think he will get IES. Or yes, he will most likely get IES. So 2 IPS, 1 IES, and another senior officer, and a few other officers who I sometimes call for podcasts will also come, but that will be for ethics. GS4 की case studies वगैरह discuss करने के लिए मैं उनको बुलाऊंगा. But overall, जितनी भी academic content है, it will be delivered by all these serving officers. There will be live answer writing, but we will go beyond live answer writing. Now, there is a basic assumption here. Basic assumption है, I had a deep discussion with my colleagues and with everybody else who, before we structured this program, एक तो हम basic 0 principles, first principles को use कर रहे हैं. There is something called as the KTW framework, जो हम सबको बार-बार discuss कर करके समझ में आया. It sort of emerged. ये किसी एक इंसान का ब्रेन चाइल्ड नहीं है, ये बहुत सारे लोगों की मेहनत का एक कल्मिनेशन सा है. It has emerged. ये हमेशा था, but it was never structured, organized, and so this is the first time it has been done. The KTW is very simple. हमारी assumption है, सारे का सारा मेंस देखने के बाद GS1, GS2, GS3, some of the highest scorers of general studies mains will be teaching you, and the KTW framework essentially stands for knowledge, thinking, and writing. There are 3 frameworks you will require UPSC के आंसर लिखने के लिए, which I will explain to you how and why there are. आप इस पेपर को अच्छे से अटेम्प्ट नहीं कर पाओगे अगर आपके पास इन तीनों के हैक्स नहीं हैं. There is one thing that is not happening. एक चीज है जो हम नहीं कर पाएंगे. Not only us, you, nobody, in fact nobody. इसकी उस टाइप से प्रिपरेशन नहीं हो सकती जैसे प्रीलिम्स की होती है या जैसे किसी भी स्टैंडर्ड एग्जाम की होती है. The questions are nuanced, the questions are advanced. We need a hacker mindset, थोड़ा सा, to hack through the different types of questions. Hacker mindset का ही framework है ये KTW. So we are trying to hack 3 essential things. We are trying to hack the knowledge part. We are trying to hack the thinking part. We are trying to hack the आंसर राइटिंग पार्ट. तो 3 तरीके के हैक हमको चाहिए हर एक सब्जेक्ट के लिए. हमको उसका कंटेंट का हैक चाहिए, कुछ हद तक हमको पता चले कि किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं ताकि हम उस टाइप के फ्रेमवर्क्स यूज कर पाएं. आई विल शो यू एग्जांपल्स. फॉर इंस्टेंस, इन आर्टिकल्चर देयर आर consistently questions that are based on outcome, that are based on impact, that are based on implication. Pallavas of Kanchi, what impact did they have on the art and culture of India? What was the difference of the economy and the society between the later Vedic and the Rig Vedic? तो चलो बड़ा कॉमन सा क्वेश्चन है, बट बहुत सारा इम्पैक्ट ओरिएंटेड क्वेश्चन आएगा आर्ट एंड कल्चर में. क्यों आएगा? इसलिए आएगा बिकॉज इट इज सॉर्ट ऑफ ए फ्लैग बेरर ऑफ इंडियाज सॉफ्ट पावर. ये एनालिसिस कर करके हम इस कंक्लूजन में पहुंचे हैं कि हमको केटीडब्ल्यू करना पड़ेगा. केटीडब्ल्यू इज द वे टू गो. Somebody needs to hack the content, somebody needs to hack the thinking of the content, somebody has to hack the writing of the content. Once all of these three are with you, then you are prepared for mains. इस पूरे के पूरे प्रोग्राम का मिशन और ऑब्जेक्टिव यही है, प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट एग्जैक्टली यही है. कम से कम टाइम में KTW तीनों को कैसे सिखाया जाए, कैसे दिया जाए, how is it to be imparted or given and taught, what is required for that. उसके लिए जो भी required है we have done and I will explain to you how it is. Before I begin, I will recommend a paper and pen. It will be useful because I will be going into some detail. बहुत सारी analysis होगी. मैं अपनी screen भी share करूंगा and I will show you what I am talking about. Let's talk about the GS Sutra. The GS Sutra is basically your GS 1 to 3 and how that is being taught. Take a look at the GS1 syllabus. I will then show you the GS1 question paper also, and then I will take you through all the different things that are going on. What is the hidden structure behind it, and then we will also see one or two questions and how is this KTW actually working. KTW कैसे काम करता है, क्या करना है हमको इसके लिए. Take a look at this and let me prove to you the fidelity with which the UPSC is asking questions. ये हमारा GS1 का सिलेबस है. It says Indian culture, salient aspects of art form, literature, architecture from ancient to modern times. This word, these salient aspects बहुत सारे होते हैं. हमारे हिसाब से the saliency that will be emphasized upon will be the analytical impact through the ages or the comparison of different ages in this. I will show you the question paper if you want. Let me share my screen and show you the question paper and you will notice मैं आपके लिए एक एनालिसिस भी दूंगा. I prepared a complete Excel sheet for you जिसमें आपको पता चलेगा कि exactly जितने भी कीवर्ड लिखे हैं इस क्वेश्चन पेपर में, कितने कीवर्ड्स पे कितनी फिडेलिटी के साथ कितने क्वेश्चंस पूछने हैं और उन क्वेश्चन का टाइप क्या है. Let me share. Let me zoom for you so that you can see some of the questions. अब सिर्फ क्वेश्चन टाइप देखो एक बारी, क्वेश्चन को पढ़ते हैं एंड लेट अस गो टू द फर्स्ट प्रिंसिपल्स. एक बारी भूल जाते हैं कौन क्या कह रहा है और इसको बिल्कुल वैसे अप्रोच करते हैं जैसे यूपीएससी चाहता है. यूपीएससी हमारे सामने दो चीजें रख रहा है, एक सिलेबस, एक क्वेश्चन पेपर. सारी की सारी अप्रोच, सारी की सारी कहानी, सारी की सारी पढ़ाई इन दो बेसिक डॉक्यूमेंट्स पे बेस्ड होगी. चाहे आप किसी की सुनो या ना सुनो, इस चीज को कभी भी डिस्काउंट नहीं करना है. Look at the nature of questions. Underline the changes in the field of society and economy from the Rek Vedic and the later Vedic period. ये मैं क्वेश्चन आपको अभी लिखवाऊंगा. इसके I will tell you the content और then we will see how the KTW is working and इसको हैक करना कैसे है. क्योंकि अगर हम एक को कर पाए then we should be able to do others also and we should be able to sort of hack through the whole GS1 ऐसे subject to subject. Question number 2 देखो. This is the one I was talking about. Estimate the contribution. Estimate the contribution. Contribution word को अनपैक करना पड़ेगा. किस टाइप की कंट्रीब्यूशन होगी मैं आपको बताऊंगा. ये बार-बार दिस थिंग दैट आई एम सेइंग नो अबाउट द इंपैक्ट, ये कंट्रीब्यूशन इंपैक्ट आर वेरी सिमिलर. किस टाइप की कंट्रीब्यूशन की बात हो रही है ये आई विल एक्सप्लेन टू यू व्हाट इज द फ्रेमवर्क. एस्टिमेट द कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द पल्लवास ऑफ कांची फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ आर्ट एंड लिटरेचर ऑफ साउथ इंडिया. व्हाट वर द इवेंट्स दैट लेड टू द क्विट इंडिया मूवमेंट, पॉइंट आउट इट्स रिजल्ट्स. दो पार्ट का क्वेश्चन है, फैक्चुअल है. Notice ये करो आप कि the second question is not very factual, it is much more analytical but also requires a layer of factual base. The third one about the Quit India movement, this one is a two-part question but very straightforward. इसमें कोई बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रिक नहीं है. What is sea surface temperature rise? How does it affect the formation of tropical cyclones? Page is a little blur. Are you able to hear me? ये लो. Is this better?
Yes, sir.
दिख रहा है आपको? What is the phenomena of cloudbursts? What is the concept of demographic winter? ये demographic winter बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन था इस बारी. हमने बहुत डिस्कशन करा इस पे और इस टाइप के बाकी क्वेश्चंस पे. एक और चीज नोटिस करो आप. Notice the amount of definition based questions. Difficult definition based questions हैं. Question number 8 देखो. Distinguish between gender equality, gender equity and women empowerment. Why is it important to take gender concerns into account of program design and implementation? Second part is answerable with common sense. थोड़ी सी bluffing strategy लगा के second वाला हो जाएगा आंसर. Definitions are not easy to have. Sociological definitions हैं, मुश्किल है, किसी को याद होना बड़ा मुश्किल है, but कोई बात नहीं, यही चीज हैक करनी है हमको. यही चीज this is what I'm trying to demonstrate and this is how I will show you how it's going to get hacked. What is the concept of demographic winter? Is the world moving through such a situation? Notice that they are asking about the world. So there is somewhere going to be a conversation about the birth rate of and or the fertility rate of the world. इतना तो common sense हमारे को बताता है. ये इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन आएंगे आपको. Some can be extremely definition based, difficult, others are implication based, but my question is this, overall fundamental question, एक ही क्वेश्चन है, इसी के बेसिस पे आपकी तैयारी डिपेंड होगी, इसी के बेसिस पे ये पूरा का पूरा प्रोग्राम डिजाइन है. क्वेश्चन ये है, इतने सारे टॉपिक्स में से जितने भी ये लिस्ट है, इसमें से व्हाट आर द बेसिक पॉइंट्स ऑफ नॉलेज आई नीड टू हैव टू बी एबल टू आंसर दीज क्वेश्चंस एक्यूरेटली. वन, what is the basic level of framework I need to have to be able to answer the questions? 2, number 3, what is the bare minimum level of muscle memory and writing I need to do in order to answer those questions properly? They are layers on top of each other. For instance, अगर मुझे ये पता चल गया कि Pallavas of Kanchi, let me give you an example. You have a paper and pen in front of you. Let me show you what I'm saying. Paper and pen आपके सामने है, आप बस एक रफ स्ट्रक्चर बनाओगे. ये क्वेश्चन है हमारे सामने. दिस इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 ऑफ GS1. इट इज जस्ट गोइंग टू बी आवर केस स्टडी टेम्पलेट टाइप थिंग so that you understand where the approach is coming from and how thoroughly it has been done. Underline the changes in the field of society economy from the Rig Vedic to the later Vedic. मैंने आपको बताया KTW चाहिए हर जगह. दिस इज द फंडामेंटल फ्रेमवर्क. KTW, K इज द नॉलेज, कंटेंट. इस क्वेश्चन को आंसर करने के लिए मुझे क्या नॉलेज होनी चाहिए? What exactly do I need to know to answer this question properly? अगर मैं आपको वो नॉलेज दे दूं, 4 पॉइंट हैं, ये रे पॉइंट्स, ये रे पॉइंट्स, ये मैं आपको बड़ा करके दिखा दूंगा. अगर मैं आपको ये दे दूं, इसके बाद इस क्वेश्चन को लिखोगे कैसे आप? हाउ विल यू फ्रेम इट? हाउ विल यू स्ट्रक्चर इट? इसमें देखो, फिर से एक बार क्वेश्चन देखो ध्यान से. अंडरलाइन द चेंजेस इन द फील्ड ऑफ सोसाइटी एंड इकोनॉमी. सोसाइटी के अंदर क्या क्या आता है? व्हाट ऑल? स्टेटस ऑफ वुमेन आएगा, एक दो और फैक्टर्स आएंगे. इकोनॉमी में क्या क्या आता है? एग्रीकल्चरल है, पेस्टोरल है, ट्रेड होता है, नहीं होता है. इज देयर एनी एविडेंस ऑफ ट्रेड? डिड द ट्रेड गो डाउन, गो अप? ये जो फैक्टर्स जो हैं, एग्जैक्टली दीज फैक्टर्स आर व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हेन आई एम सेइंग देयर आर इंप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस, देयर आर कंट्रीब्यूशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस. अगर मुझे सपोज करो अगर मुझे ये समझ में आ गया कि इफ आई एम आस्क्ड अबाउट सोसाइटी एंड इकोनॉमी इन एनी फेज ऑफ हिस्ट्री, not only the Vedic or the ancient, even in the medieval, I should categorize into women, I should categorize into the status of the household, I should categorize into the status of the hierarchy of society. If I am asked about economy, I should talk about trade, I should talk about agriculture, I should talk about taxation, I should talk about these things, right? ये framework क्या है? मुझे नहीं पता होगा इसका exact answer. Most likely I need the framework. Where is the framework? I will show you the framework, but let me give you the content. ये इसका content है. Rig Vedic society was tribal, pastoral, egalitarian, importance of Gram, Vish, Jana. Women had good status. It is commonly understood and known. ये सबको पता है. हमको इसके बारे में बहुत ज़्यादा डिटेल की जरूरत नहीं है कि later Vedic और Rig Vedic में there was a decline in the status of women. Early Vedic was supposedly superior to later Vedic essentially. Later Vedic was much more agrarian. There was a rise of territorial states or janpadas. Varna system was there. Women's status declines and there were ashrams. In economy, there was pastoralism. There was rudimentary agriculture. There was barter. There was no regular taxation. Later Vedic mein, there was agriculture was dominant. Ab this I have basic information about this. How do I structure this? So that I am able to come away with something. Let me show you something even more interesting. Take a look at this. आर्ट एंड आर्किटेक्चर में यूपीएससी ने 2024 में ये 3 सवाल पूछे. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, 2 एंड 4. एक क्वेश्चन था ऋग्वेदिक लेटर वैदिक का जिसका हम देख रहे हैं, एक क्वेश्चन था पल्लवास ऑफ कांची पे, एक क्वेश्चन था चोला के आर्ट एंड आर्किटेक्चर पे. व्हाट एग्जैक्टली वर द टेस्टिंग? आर्ट एंड आर्किटेक्चर में ये क्या टेस्ट कर रहे थे? ये जो सेकंड कॉलम है ना, व्हाट इज बीइंग टेस्टेड, दिस इज द KTW का T. This is the KTW का T. They were testing evolution over time. They were testing dynasty focused deep dives on one of the either the Pallavas or the Cholas, but the major dynasties only. और major dynasties 6-7 ही हैं जो हमको पढ़ने की जरूरत है. They were testing cultural pride and legacy angle. ये मैं आपको कह रहा था, इंडिया की सॉफ्ट पावर से कोरिलेट करता है डायरेक्टली. तो so far you are following me. आपको अभी तक you are with me. आपको समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. I am showing you the patterns जो शायद सामने नहीं दिखते. जो आपको डिसाइफर करने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि हम कर चुके हैं ये दिमाग लगा लगा के. दिस इज व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू जस्ट शो यू कि क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे. देखो फिर से एक बारी ध्यान से देखो आप इसको. व्हाट इज बीइंग टेस्टेड इज दिस स्टफ. व्हाट इज द शॉर्टकट हियर. अब मैंने आपको कहा था कि मेरे पास इतना टाइम नहीं है कि मैं पूरा आर्ट एंड आर्किटेक्चर, आर्ट एंड कल्चर, पूरा एंशिएंट मैं नहीं पढ़ सकता. पल्लवाज ने क्या क्या करा था आर्ट एंड आर्किटेक्चर. मुझे एक हैक चाहिए. आई नीड सम सॉर्ट ऑफ अ हैक, राइट. आई नीड सम सॉर्ट ऑफ अ मैकेनिज्म व्हिच कैन टेल मी कि अगर मेरे से आप पल्लवाज का पूछ लो, मेरे से आप चोलस का पूछ लो, मेरे से आप लेटर वैदिक पूछ लो, मेरे से मौर्यन पूछ लो, मेरे से आप आईबीसी पूछ लो, मुझे मेरे दिमाग में फ्रेमवर्क सेट है. मेरे पास कुछ फैक्ट्स होंगे जो मुझे प्रीलिम्स की प्रिपरेशन से याद होंगे. मैं उससे ज्यादा नहीं जानता हूंगा. आई हैव टू अज्यूम दैट बेस रियलिटी विद माई सेल्फ. आई हैव टू बी वेरी रियलिस्टिक. Having that knowledge, how will I fit it into answer? I need frameworks. There are only limited amount of frameworks. There are not infinite frameworks. वो सारे frameworks हम आपको सिखा देंगे. This is what we are going to do. This is how we are hacking the whole exam. Take a look at the last one. What are they asking for? कहीं पर भी ये कंपैरिजन करेंगे. Suppose they compare the later Vedic, early Vedic. Suppose they compare the Mauryan to something else. Suppose they compare in modern history. They compare pre-Congress, after Congress. Suppose they compare whatever. 1919 से पहले क्या हुआ था, 1990 के बाद क्या हुआ था. Suppose they compare the Gandhian era to the pre-Gandhian era. जो कुछ भी हो, what do I need to know, और मेरे notes किस टाइप के होने चाहिए. मेरे पास कुछ, I obviously need a chronology type thing, right? I obviously need a chronology type thing. This is what I was trying to say. Let me show you another thing. In GS1, what were they asking for in modern India? हमने art and culture थोड़ा सा देखा. Take a look. मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री में दे आस्क्ड अबाउट क्विट इंडिया मूवमेंट. ये वाला हमने क्वेश्चन देखा था. 2 पार्ट क्वेश्चन था. स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड क्वेश्चन था. कोई ज्यादा कुछ था नहीं उसमें. व्हाट वाज द रीजंस एंड व्हाट वाज द इंपैक्ट. क्विट इंडिया मूवमेंट, चोला लेगेसी इन आर्ट, इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन इन इंडियन हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स. व्हाट वर दे आस्किंग फॉर. ये इवेंट बेस्ड कॉजैलिटी इज वेरी सिंपल. दे वांटेड सम इकोनॉमिक इंपैक्ट ऑफ फॉरेन इवेंट्स, स्पेशली द इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन एंड हाउ इट हैड इंपैक्टेड इंडिया. इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन के लिए industrial revolution and how it impacted India, point number 1 to be noted. Again influence impact की बात हो रही है. Again economic impact की बात हो रही है. Obviously थोड़ा सा special हो जाएगा. वहां पे मैनचेस्टर में जब when they wanted raw material, they obviously extracted, and जो हमारा पूरा का पूरा एग्रीकल्चरल पैटर्न था वो चेंज कर दिया उन्होंने अपने रॉ मटेरियल्स के लिए. कॉटन हुआ, उसके बाद कॉटन की जबरदस्ती फार्मिंग करवाई वगैरह, बहुत कुछ हुआ. जो भी हुआ, पॉइंट ये है कि मेरे को 150 वर्ड का आंसर लिखना है और मुझे अच्छा लिखना है. तो क्या है मेरे पास हैक्स उसके लिए. मेरे पास ये हैक्स है. दिस इज व्हाट आई एम एबल टू नोटिस ऑन फर्स्ट ग्लांस. व्हाट इज द शॉर्टकट. देयर आर नॉट टू मेनी मूवमेंट्स. क्विट इंडिया जैसे कितने हैं, हु क्विट इंडिया जैसे मेजर मूवमेंट्स कितने हैं इन मॉडर्न इंडिया. एनी एस्टिमेट. सिविल डिसोबीडियंस, खिलाफत, व्हाट ऑल. किस टाइप के, कितने इवेंट होंगे इस टाइप के मेजर. 7, 8, 10 के आसपास होंगे. अगर मुझे 10 के 10 इवेंट्स का ये मिल जाए, will it not help me answer any such question? I would need to know the causes, I would need to know the trigger, I would need to know the response. This is what I would want. Agreed? So far so good. No major surprises yet. You understand how we are approaching this thing? You realize कि हम आर्ट एंड आर्किटेक्चर, आर्ट एंड कल्चर के या हिस्ट्री के या मॉडर्न इंडिया के स्कॉलर नहीं बन सकते हैं. We cannot become scholars in 2 months. But we are UPSC aspirants. And if we are clearing prelims, we will have enough information to write it, but we can't be done without a hacking mindset. And it can't be done after 1 year. I mean, you can't wait for a year, complete the whole cycle and then learn the whole thing. No, ये hack ही होगा. It will have to be hacked. With the knowledge of the prelims. That is what is going to happen in this program, essentially. Again, take a look at the section on world history. हालांकि it is the lightest. GS1 में सबसे कम वेटेज का और सबसे कम इंपॉर्टेंस का माना जाता है, बट फिर भी एक क्वेश्चन इसमें से आया था. क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 was about the first world war and the balance of power. Do you agree the first world war changed the balance of power? And what would you have done in that? Suppose you did not know much about it. What was being tested? What is the shortcut? Causes, course, consequence, and criticism. When I was saying KTW and what are the frameworks, this is the type of frameworks we are talking about. Causes, courses, consequence, criticism. This is how you hack it. What happened in geography? In geography, there were a lot of definition based questions. Question number 10 demographic winter हमने notice करा था, but मुझे लगता है ये it can as easily fit in society as it can fit in human geography. There was a direct question on sea surface temperature rise. There was a direct question on urban migration. There was a direct question on cloudburst. What are cloudburst? Question mark. What are cloudburst? Question mark. What is aurora borealis? Question mark. What are twisters? Question mark. ये basic definition based question इन्होंने पूछे, but इन्होंने कोई भी इस type का definition based question isolation में नहीं पूछा. It was always accompanied with a two-part follow-up question. Notice what was being tested. Overemphasis on climate change. Overemphasis on climate change. Overemphasis on demographic changes, particularly within India. Particularly within India. What are you going to do about it? We will obviously have to figure out whatever is happening in the realm of climate change and whatever is affecting the country, including heat waves. What was happening in Indian society? Similar example, similar analysis. I asked you about this question in the beginning. Gender equality, equity, empowerment में क्या difference है? What are the differences precisely and what is going on? We got to realize that we need some definitions at least. How many definitions are there? Such definitions, for instance. Exactly like I asked you, how many events like Quit India are there in modern India? Major, जो बार बार repeat होंगे, जो पूछे जाएंगे, जो हैं ही इतने pivotal that if you are going to ask me about an event, वो 8 या 10 में से ही आप पूछोगे. 8 या 10 ही हैं तो आएगा भी उन्हीं में से. और अगर कोई बहुत ही fringe type का event के बारे में question पूछा गया, तो if I do not know, then most likely nobody else will know. Most people will not know. And I will, like them, revert to some bluffing strategy. Where will that bluffing strategy come from? Same. Come from my KTW wala T. Thinking frameworks, which will be taught to you, which is what we are trying to do. Hack the whole thing to the hilt so that you don't have to do it yourself. Is it clear so far? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand how it is being divided? Do you realize what we are doing here with what is being tested? Do you realize the shortcuts? This is all part of the content and the training that you will be going through. This does not include the live answer writing. That also will have to be done. You have to do that. But live answer writing of what? There is no point of me writing an answer because I am not able to transfer frameworks to you. First, I transfer the framework, the shortcuts of the framework. First, I transfer the shortcut of the content. Then we use the frameworks and the content to write answers with some level of jugaad, which is realistic, which is what happens in UPSC Mains. Take a look at GS2. This is GS2. You may not be able to read it very thoroughly, but it's okay. ये GS2 का syllabus है, 3 parts हैं. Polity, core polity है, जिसके अंदर काफी current event based questions आएंगे. One nation, one election पे question आया था. चेक पे questions आपको आएंगे. Direct questions भी आएंगे इसमें. The second part is governance, which is distinct from polity, not exactly, but quite distinct. You need to read the second ARC reports and a few other sources, which we will discuss with you. Heavily contingent on current affairs, not like GS1, which is not so contingent. A lot of it is static, which is why we saw all those definition-based questions. GS2 के question paper में definition-based questions आपको बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं मिलेंगे. आपको बहुत ज़्यादा analytical questions मिलेंगे, predominated by current event-related topics. You will be, so the first one is polity, the second one is governance, the third is international relations. तीनों के तीनों topics का जो भी content का hack है, we will discuss it with you. In the MSP, there are separate classes which have been scheduled for you, which are particularly and only for current affairs. Only for current affairs. So these super mentors who are selected aspirants, who are selected officers, recently selected, will be teaching you this stuff. GS2, for instance, is being taught by one selected officer only because he got very, very high marks in GS2. GS3 is taught by another one because he got very high marks in GS3. Everybody has some strengths. My strength was GS3. So that is how we'll go. I will be teaching essay. Take a look at GS3. The GS3, science and tech, disaster management, bit of environment, and a few other topics which are slightly fringe, but we will cover it. We are assuming कि आपने ये नहीं किया होगा, especially internal security. 100% क्वेश्चन आएगा ही आएगा टेररिज्म पे, टेररिज्म की नई डॉक्ट्रिन पे क्वेश्चन आएगा, इंडिया के डिफेंस पे क्वेश्चन आएगा, इंडिया के डिफेंस एयर डिफेंसेस पे क्वेश्चन आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी है, थिएटर कमांड पे क्वेश्चन आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी है, व्हाई इज द पोस्ट ऑफ द CDS, द चीफ ऑफ डिफेंस स्टाफ, व्हाई इज दैट एन इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप इन थिएटराइजेशन की नेसेसिटी है, व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ डिप्लोमेसी, व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ नैरेटिव वॉरफेयर in modern warfare, ये सब चीजें in the fallout of Operation Sindoor are likely to come and they are not hard to predict, मतलब ये obvious चीजें हैं, ये आएंगी। मेरा कहने का मतलब ये, आपको तीनों के तीनों दिखाने का मतलब ये था कि क्या आप इस चीज को देख पा रहे हो at some level, obviously it is at a superficial level right now, कि ये सब hackable है, इसके पीछे पैटर्न्स हैं, एक पैटर्न नहीं होगा। द ट्रिक इज GS 1 2 3 को आप नहीं कर पाओगे ऐसे डिकोड, ये सब्जेक्ट लेवल पे डिकोड हो सकता है सिर्फ। व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज इट विल हैव टू बी डन सेपरेटली फॉर हिस्ट्री एंड दैट टू आई थिंक सेपरेटली फॉर आर्ट एंड कल्चर, सेपरेटली फॉर मॉडर्न, सेपरेटली फॉर इंडियन सोसाइटी, सेपरेटली फॉर ज्योग्राफी, सेपरेटली फॉर पॉलिटी, स्लाइटली सेपरेटली फॉर गवर्नेंस, डेफिनेटली सेपरेटली फॉर इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस एंड सो ऑन। दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव डन, दिस इज द मेंटल लेबर जो इसके अंदर लगी हुई है essentially. Come to SS Sutra, which I will be teaching. Very interesting, very interesting. Every year I teach it and every year we have a lot of fun with it. There is a lot of plenty of live exercises. My sessions are very much like workshops. Essay will not be a monologue, it will be very much like a workshop. Let me tell you, I took this webinar just a couple of days ago, and this is the question paper of section 1, this is the question paper of section 2. Let me see if you can spot a pattern. पिछले बार का कोई पैटर्न देखो एक बारी, क्वेश्चन पढ़ो। इंटरेस्टिंगली 80% ऑफ द पीपल लास्ट ईयर अटेम्प्टेड क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 इन सेक्शन ए। हर किसी ने ये हैप्पीनेस पे लिख दिया क्योंकि हर किसी को लगा कि है, इट इज अ कॉमन टॉपिक, इट इज अ टॉपिक व्हिच इज वेल अंडरस्टूड एंड इट इज अ टॉपिक व्हिच कैन बी रिटन अबाउट। दे रोट अबाउट इट, द यूपीएससी पनिश्ड इट। अगर बहुत अच्छा और जेन्युइनली थॉट आउट ऐसे नहीं था तो यूपीएससी ने इस बार पनिश किया। आई वाज टॉकिंग टू दीज सुपर मेंटर्स, वी वर हैविंग अ डिस्कशन और हम यही नोट कर रहे थे कि हर कोई 2-2, 3-3 ऐसे केसेस जानता था जिसको 40-40, 30-30 नंबर मिले हैं इस बारी ऐसे में। इतने कम नंबर यूपीएससी टिपिकली नहीं देता है, बट इस बारी दिया। आई थिंक दे वर पनिशिंग टेम्पलेटाइजेशन, ओवर टेम्पलेटाइजेशन हो गई थी एंड व्हेनेवर दे फाउंड कि ये तो बिल्कुल वही सेम पेस्टल एनालिसिस हर किसी ने चेप रखा है, उन्होंने पनिश कर दिया इसको इस बारी। थोड़ी सी इंजेन्युइटी चाहिए होगी इस बारी। Accordingly, I will also be changing my approach a little bit while teaching essay. Then in essay writing particularly, we will have roughly 8 to 10 live classes which are all live workshops, such that after those classes you do not have to visit any content. There will be not even a page that you will have to read for essay writing. आपको कंटेंट, द कंटेंट विल बी ट्रांसफर्ड टू यू, द कंटेंट विल बी गिवन। इसके लिए कोई एक्स्ट्रा कंटेंट के लिए टाइम हम नहीं देंगे, उन क्लासेस में ही निपटा दिया जाएगा इसको। एंड एवरी ईयर आई डू दिस एंड एवरी ईयर इट वर्क्स बिकॉज कंटेंट इज नॉट सुपर क्रिटिकल। 2-3 मेजर थीम्स हैं जिन पे यूपीएससी विल आस्क, इन फैक्ट दे आर द वंस दैट डिजर्व एन एसे essentially. There are topics in the world that deserve to be mentioned in a list of topics of an essay. Technology is one of them. It is a predominant theme. Any theme in the world in intellectual discourse that has ethical connotations, that has relevance, that is ongoing, that is evolving, is very likely to be asked. Some of them are evergreen topics, जिसका कभी कोई तोड़ हुआ ही नहीं है. The debate is ongoing. Happiness उसमें से एक चीज है, spirituality उनमें से एक है, our attention span, technology very closely related is one of them. Should euthanasia be allowed or not allowed? Who owns the right to live is the ancient and one of the most favorite essay topics ever. Should death penalty be allowed or not? ये सब सारे के सारे हम कर लेंगे। हमेशा 3 या 4 ऐसे टॉपिक्स वैसे ही मिलेंगे आपको जैसे हमारी डिस्कशन हुई होगी, हर बार यही होता है। ह्यूमन नेचर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट, ह्यूमंस relationship and interaction with the environment, predominant topic. Climate change, predominant, will happen. एक दो fringe topics भी आएंगे, but there is another very important and interesting realm of questions that this now start to ask. They ask questions from a little bit of psychology too. about critical thinking. This question number 4 is on those lines. Do you understand the scientific method? Last year they asked about this essay topic, highly philosophical essay topic, very difficult. The real is rational and the rational is real. That was an essay topic from a philosopher named Hegel. You should not have attempted that. If you were, I would not have attempted it either. There are these topics which should not be touched. I will teach you how to choose the ones that have to be taught versus the ones which are not to be taught. Take a look at question number 1. Does it fit one of the major themes that I mentioned? Human environment interaction fits squarely, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं, ancient और evergreen type का topic है, ये करना ही करना है हमको. There is no doubt about it. We will have to talk about nature, our relationship with it, to what extent are we abusing it, to what extent are we using it, what do we need to do to preserve it. Obviously, never goes away, never will go away. Also, notice, never ever will require any specialized knowledge. जो already knowledge है, more than enough है इसमें लिखने के लिए. आपके पास, आप थक जाओगे, आप इसमें, you will not need more facts. You need a little bit something else, but not too many facts here. आपको कुछ basic information होनी चाहिए, and that should be it. Question number 2 is interesting. I will talk about this in some detail. The empires of the future will be empires of the mind. Very interesting question. The question is hidden. I mean, the hidden element, of course, which is not so hidden, which is sort of obvious, I guess, is technology. Technology की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे. The statement is attributed to Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill at the end of World War II said this, and it is a quote from him. We do not need to identify the speaker or the owner of the quote. Does not matter. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है इससे UPSC को, ना हमको इससे फर्क पड़ता है. Essentially, it is about technology. Here is another. Take a look at question number 5. Topic number 5. Social media is triggering fear of missing out amongst the youth, precipitating depression and loneliness. Technology, psychology interface. Technology, psychology interface. Constant theme. आएगा ही आएगा, किसी ना किसी रूप में आएगा ही आएगा. इस बार ही हो सकता है वॉर के रूप में आए. In the aftermath of Operation Sindoor, it will come in. And if you think about it, this is such a prescient type of essay topic. Essay number 2, topic number 2. मैं होता तो मैं इसी पे लिखता. We saw this time, Operation Sindoor. There was not only an actual battle going on, but there was a larger battle in the media. The whole thing was fought as a narrative warfare. किसी को यही समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि कौन जीत रहा है, कौन हार रहा है. Everybody was claiming victory. Everybody was claiming losses. Everybody was claiming damages. And the whole thing is still ongoing. There is an Indian delegation out there which is creating the narrative. We may believe that narrative. We may endorse that narrative. But the point is that this battle is won and lost on social media as much as it is on the battleground. Agreed or not? Is that not true? Is it not the case? Have we not seen it very clearly? We used to talk about and see about these, these cyber threats used to be one of those topics which used to be recurring. The world has changed. The world has changed. This war, this battle explained a lot, and it will be one of the important themes in this year mains. Of course, it was a very historic event, so it will continue. But again, not a surprise. Not a surprise. Operation Sindoor से पहले आया था ये क्वेश्चन. इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन की हम तैयारी करेंगे ही करेंगे, हमको करनी ही पड़ेगी. एंड वी विल हैव अ लॉट ऑफ फन डूइंग इट, बिकॉज अगर आपको इस टाइप के ऐसे टॉपिक्स के बारे में, आई हैव टू प्रिपेयर यू, आई हैव टू टेक यू थ्रू ए complete overview of the social sciences, broadly speaking. We need to touch upon society, we need to touch upon psychology and philosophy. And we need to touch upon all of these things to come away with that overall liberal arts minded point of view that is typically asked in these essays. What we call as philosophical essays are not really philosophical. None of these essays is philosophical except essay number 3. They are abstract, slightly abstract. Last year they were more abstract, this year they are less abstract, but the abstraction remains and we need to be able to understand it. Now that leaves us with ethics. The problem with ethics, similar problem, content point of view से इसका content optional subject में distributed है. 3-4 optional subject हैं जिसके अंदर इसका content distributed है. One is sociology, one is psychology, and one is philosophy. इन 3 ऑप्शनल सब्जेक्ट्स में इसका कोर कंटेंट डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है जो हमको लेना है। ये देयर विल बी डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस ऑन इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस, 3 बार ही आ चुका है पिछले पिछले 5-6 साल में। हाँ, डायरेक्ट व्हाट इज इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस। देयर विल बी क्वेश्चंस अबाउट प्रोबेबिलिटी, देयर विल बी क्वेश्चंस अबाउट व्हाट दे आर आस्किंग इन द सिलेबस। सिलेबस इज वेरी क्लियरली डिफाइंड, बट चैलेंज ये है कि दैट सोशल साइंसेस टाइप वोकैबुलरी हैज टू बी यूज्ड। इसको हैक करने का मतलब, सो द कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर नॉट हार्ड टू अंडरस्टैंड, कॉन्सेप्ट्स तो आर नॉट हार्ड टू अंडरस्टैंड इन एथिक्स। The language and the vocabulary has to be accumulated so that when I output it, I should sound like somebody who has read through ethics. You understand what I'm saying? You understand the problem? This is what I'm saying. This is the ethics syllabus. We will not go into the details of it yet, but do take a look if you want. I hope you are able to read this. Are you properly? You can expect a few definition-based questions. You can expect a few case study-based. Case studies will be, of course, 50% of it. And these case studies I will try to explain to you and also get you some exposure of other officers, other serving officers, and other people who have actually been through these. Apart from the theoretical understanding, you will need some practical understanding so that when you write, it does not sound bad. It can sound bad. In ethics, it can sound bad. Another challenge with ethics is paper complete नहीं होता है. पिछले 2 साल से मैं देख रहा हूँ. पिछले 2 साल से मैं देख रहा हूँ अच्छे लोग, अच्छे से अच्छे लोग 60 क्वेश्चन का क्वेश्चन पेपर छोड़ के आते हैं. एथिक्स कॉमन प्रॉब्लम है. You need a strong writing speed for this, and we will try to teach it to you as far as we humanly can. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the MSP and what we are going to do in this MSP. You know what all you should expect from it, but just in case there is any confusion, I will show it again. There are 90 plus live classes conducted by selected officers that I have already mentioned. You will find essay classes I will be taking, ethics classes, senior officers, actually, not even one, many, multiple. Group mentorship by officers, you can expect current affairs editorial notes, you can expect a full-length test series too. And then answer writing and feedback, which I believe is available in MSP Plus, but not in MSP, and an optional subject crash course recorded for some optional subjects is included. मेरा ये मानना है कि given the amount of effort that has gone into it this time, after a few classes of this, after a few classes of you actually doing KTW, अभी तो मैंने आपको एक KTW का सिर्फ एक framework दिया है. We experimented with some 1 or 2 questions. We saw some patterns in GS1. We saw some patterns in GS2. We saw some patterns in GS3. If you want a deeper look, let me actually show it to you. Hold on just a minute. Let me show you a deeper analysis of GS2. Let me share my screen one moment. I will zoom this for you. Or can I not? Is it? Are you able to read this? I think now you should be able to. These are the topics in the syllabus in GS2. I had mentioned 3 core topics: quality, governance, international relations. This was the presence in 2024. These are the notes and tricks we need to know. This is the type of hacking I am talking about, but this has been done at the level of GS2. We will be doing this at the level of individual subjects. Does that make sense? Are you able to see and understand what we are trying to do here? Essentially and overall, this is what you can expect from this program. This is the approach. This is the approach, overall approach. Om, what are you saying no to? What have you not understood? Are you not able to see it? It's not visible. I will share it again. Wait, I'll do it again. Hold on. Let me try from here. Now it will be visible. Now is it visible? Can you see the three sections? I was talking about the fidelity. किस टाइप की fidelity की बात हो रही है? The fidelity is very obvious. They will take question by question. They will take, essentially they will try to cover most of it. But there are too many. There are only 20 questions and there are more than 20 topics. Typically 60 to 70% there will be direct fidelity from there. There is a clear analysis of that year after year, and there is a clear analysis of notes and tricks. But ये, like I said, इस पे बहुत ज़्यादा आपको rely नहीं करना है, क्योंकि ये मेरे हिसाब से it is not entirely trustworthy. हम पूरी preparation इस लेवल पे नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि ये GS2 के लेवल पे हुआ है. हम subject wise इस टाइप की एनालिसिस की बात कर रहे हैं, with the peculiarities of that subject, and that is what I wanted to say. Now, does that make sense? Does all of that make sense to you? Have you understood? No problem. No problem. My essay class, my first essay class is going to happen soon. We will start directly. We will start from writing. तो ये सब होने वाला है इसमें. यही मैं आपको बताना चाहता था. That completes my conversation with you today. And I hope now that you're oriented towards it, you understand what's going to happen. बहुत मेहनत लगी है इसको स्ट्रक्चर करने में, and there's a lot of work which is being done on the back end just to teach it. Now, जो भी all the people who are teaching you GS1, GS2, GS3, Arpit, Shubham, Yogi, all very smart people. हर किसी के स्टाइल में और हर किसी के अप्रोच में थोड़ा थोड़ा फर्क है. समझदार इंसान वो होगा जो इन सबका बेस्ट कंज्यूम कर लेगा. इन सबका कुछ कुछ बहुत अच्छा है, और ये सब लोग वो चीज पढ़ा रहे हैं जिसमें इनके बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स आए हैं. शुभम, I think, got one of the highest marks in the country in GS3. I would like to learn from him what he has learned. Yogi is very, very good at GS1 and he understands how to hack answer writing. I would learn that from him, which is exactly what he will be teaching you. Shubham, very, very strong with GS2, has done it before, has taught it before, got very high marks in it, correlates with his optional subject. Again, I want him to teach me the KTW. And so that's what's happening. This is the hacker course. It's a hacker type course. It is not, you will not be taught the ancient history from scratch. I think there is a provision for recorded lectures of general studies which you have access to, I believe, अगर आपको access करना ही है तो. But मुझे लगता नहीं है कि हमारे पास इतना time होगा या कभी भी होता है ever कि हम वो कर सकते हैं. That is how I have always scored very well in mains, by this approach. Then there are some tricks obviously for answer writing that we will do live. So that is what the MSP is all about, and this is what you can expect. When you come to class, make sure you have some idea of what is being covered. Make sure you have spent time on two essential documents that form the basis of your judgment, whether you are going in the right direction or the wrong one. Syllabus and previous year questions, nothing in between. Everything else is going to be irrelevant, and everything else we will take care of. आपको बस ये दो चीजें देख के आनी है, syllabus और previous year questions. अब ये देख कर आओ क्लास में. आप जितनी भी नॉलेज आपकी प्रीलिम्स ओरिएंटेड नॉलेज है उसको आप ब्रश करके आ जाओगे तो इवन बेटर. दैट इज ऑल वी नीड फ्रॉम यू, एंड एवरीथिंग एल्स विल बी टेकन केयर ऑफ. ऑलराइट, so thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you in my first class. We will get cracking very fast because time is short, and the whole thing has been designed with this brutal realism. So there is no way we can miss the mark. All right. We are expecting a disproportionate amount of result from this program, from this batch, and it will be a lot of hard work though. Let me tell you, बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी आपको. पहले आप कंज्यूम करोगे, फिर आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे. ये सब कुछ लाइव भी होगा, but it's a lot of work. So I would suggest कि attend it live instead of waiting for the recording, because nobody ends up coming to the recording. What is your question, Nasir? You are very welcome, guys. Very welcome. This is just a demonstration and just a orientation of what we've done and how we've done it. Now we'll do it. Now we'll actually do it. But you'll have to come live for them. All right. Okay. Thank you, Karthik. Thank you, Romana. And I'll see you in my class. We will have a lot of fun. Baki, the GS1, GS2, GS3 can be heavy. वो अच्छा खासा difficult हो सकता है, loaded होगा. ऐसे will be a breeze. ऐसे में बहुत मजा आएगा आपको. ऐसे में आप बहुत कुछ सीखोगे. About UPSC and beyond you will learn. असीर, इसमें there is no question. अगर आप अभी attempt नहीं दे रहे हो तो आपको तब भी ये सब चीजें तो सीखनी ही चाहिए. They will polish you. पर एक बेस लेवल ऑफ नॉलेज एक बारी एनसीईआरटी तो पढ़ी होनी ही चाहिए. इट विल हेल्प, स्पेशली इन GS1, GS2, GS3. ऐसे के लिए कोई भी प्रायर नॉलेज रिकमेंडेड नहीं है, जरूरी नहीं है. मुझे जरूरत नहीं है कि आपने पहले कुछ पढ़ाई करी है नहीं करी है. ऐसे के लिए उनको जरूरत होगी GS1, 2, 3 बिकॉज दे विल गो डायरेक्टली टू KTW और उनका सारा फोकस ये होगा कि मेंस कैसे क्रैक करना है 2 महीने में. बस यही फर्क होगा ऐसे में और बाकी सब्जेक्ट्स में. I require no background. I can teach you from scratch. Prelims result, so am I, but don't be, Chanchal, don't be. That is how it goes. Every year the same thing, and I have seen it so many times. Life will take its course. Let it take its course. You will be fine. अगर prelims नहीं निकला तो भी कवर करेंगे. हाँ, करना चाहिए ना हमको. Why not? Ultimately तो देना ही पड़ेगा हमको. The problem is when people write mains, it is most of the times already too late for it. Most of the times. मेरे साथ पहले अटेम्प्ट में गलती हो चुकी है. अगर मेरे पहले अटेम्प्ट में मैं थोड़ा सा और विजिलेंट होता तो माय इंटरव्यू वाज हॉरिबल, बट अच्छी रैंक भी, बहुत अच्छी रैंक भी आ सकती थी. दूसरे में वो गलती नहीं करी, बट थोड़ी सी किस्मत खराब थी. कोई बात नहीं, चलो ये सब चीजें होती रहती हैं. बट अब इतना कर लिया है और इतना सीख लिया है कि इसके पैटर्न समझ में आ चुके हैं. देयर इज not very less in mains that will surprise us. Unlike prelims, and I particularly remain very confident about it. So you don't have to worry. आप सिर्फ अपनी बेस तैयार करके आओ और आ जाओ बस. Just come to the live class. Everything else will be taken care of. Thank you very much. I will see you live and we will take this forward. Thank you and good night.
Thank you.